Alright everybody, welcome to the first Beers and Fears review of 2015. We're back and we're super excited to tell you about this one. David, what are we watching?
Today, we're watching Friday the 13th, Curse of Jason from our dudes over at Studio 605.
So I guess, let's check out the trailer. Alright, we're back, and that was a fun teaser trailer. There was a couple of them that he put out. That's probably I had pick and choose, and I got to pick that one, so that was great. Let's just jump into this. First of all, pros and cons. We're going to jump into pros because the cons we're going to talk very short on that, right?
Very short.
Pros for me. One of my favorite scenes is that Jack did a great job of knowing Friday the 13th.
Oh, amazing job!
Amazing job. Crispin Glover dance
was one of my favorite parts.
Phenomenal. Still one of my favorites in just the original films. When he does that dance, it's just so awkward and weird, and the guy that they picked for this was perfect for it.
Yeah,
it had those dance moves, which are hard to do down. They were quite humorous.
Yeah, it was down pat.
Down pat. I might try that at the next father-daughter dance or something. That'd be great. So great job on that. Not at all, no. So what do you have, man?
Yeah, man. And even the mask, which that's actually one of my favorite parts about the whole Jason thing, is because he has not only the hockey mask, but even going back to the original with the sack on it with the one eye hole, which I think is just one of the cooler parts that he actually brings in multiple masks. I think it's actually really cool. It sometimes gets left out. Yeah, they did a great job with having the two masks at one point of which was the imposter Jason in the film, which was a tribute to some of the older films. So yeah, I agree with that 100%. So cool.
And not just the mask, but the outfits alone. What I liked about it is that you have the typical green shirt and kind of beigeish pants that were a little bit too small for the thick-headed Jason, but as well as the jumpsuit, which by the way, thank you, Jack, for answering the age-old question, does Jason wear boxers or briefs? Because man, we found out, didn't we?
Yeah, several times.
Wow. So note to self, that might be a con. Make sure we have multiple outfits on set, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think I agree with that. That was pretty cool. So
yeah, and then even obviously with any slasher movie, and Jason specifically, the kill scenes were awesome, and the references to death by belt.
Yes.
Gotta have that, and obviously you have your typical for a slasher, where the slasher name comes from, machete death, a lot of that, a lot of stabbing, shish kebabbing people.
Yes.
But also probably one of my favorite deaths, at least in this specifically, is death in a sleeping bag.
Oh yeah.
Just so intense,
phenomenal,
so
which
awesome.
Which definitely solidifies the what we should all know by now with slasher films or kids in general. Don't have sex, premarital sex, in the woods.
Yeah, it never goes well.
No, Jason will kill you.
Yeah,
a lot.
Just don't do it.
Hard.
It's not worth it.
It's just not
worth it.
I thoroughly enjoyed that scene just because I was a fan of Jason X in space, and they even made fun of that. But putting Jason in a virtual world and letting him bang the heck out of these two girls in a sleeping bag against the tree, and they never die because they're not really there. So that was a really cool cool scene to see as well. And to know that even the original guys can make fun of that.
Oh yeah.
So
well, I think you kind of have to.
You kind of have to at that point, yeah.
It's, yeah.
So I guess cons. You know, it's kind of really hard to say them, to be honest. But
yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, really the only things that are you could say are cons are like, you know, your typical indie horror film things.
Right.
You know, lighting issues here and there. Some of the lines maybe aren't necessarily like done the best, but I mean, you can't really hold that against them, and that's what this is. But I mean, as much good things that this short does, those cons are like tiny, like
very
not
true.
even an issue.
Very true, and it was just something that you kind of knew and expected that you're going to have to some extent. But the fact that they put so much time and effort into solidifying what Jason is and who he is and how the films are supposed to look, chase scenes, sound, music, they really they made up for it 100%. And the kills, there was a ton. A ton of kills.
So much death. So much death.
Yeah, which brings us to the beer, right?
Yes.
So go ahead, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with so many deaths in this, it just seemed natural to go with the beer called Dead Guy.
Yes.
From Rogue. This is one of my personal favorites. So it's just delicious. If you can find some, get some. It's from Oregon, but it just seemed like the right beer for this movie, just because so many people die.
I agree. So
many people.
I guess Studio 605, Jack Norman. Make sure you check out Jack Norman's upcoming film, The Wicked Ones. That'll be coming out hopefully soon, man. Jack, keep up your hard work, man. I know you're probably going to be a next big monster killer dude in our industry if he keeps this up. You're one, ginormous, so that helps, and two, you just move great as a killer on a scene, man. I can't wait to see him do some really big damage in The Wicked Ones.
Oh yeah.
Which, side note,
sweet.
It looks awesome.
Sweet.
Great. We'll link it. One of the things that with The Wicked Ones is that we have the original Jason Ari in the movie.
Yeah.
He's going to be in The Wicked Ones with Jack, so I think that's pretty cool. Coming together,
That's awesome.
A fan with the original. So, all right, guys, that's it for us. Beers and Fears. I'm Brian.
And I'm David.
And I guess, what?
Fear never tasted so good.